Welcome in EE2 Academy. Today I am going to describe here human heart and we are going to cover all these topics. Introduction, human heart structure and heart functioning. Human heart is the organ that pumps blood throughout the body and this blood carries nutrients to the body. Its size is about 280 to 340 grams in man and 230 to 280 grams in women. It sits between our lungs. So this is the position of lung. So our heart sits between lungs and is encased in double-walled sac-like structure that is called pericardium. This is covered with one sac-like structure that is pericardium. The pumping of the heart or the heartbeat is caused by alternating contraction and relaxation. So, continuous contraction and relaxation they create heartbeat. The pumped blood carries oxygen and nutrients to the body while carrying metabolic waste such as carbon dioxide to the lungs. So blood carries nutrients and oxygen to the body, but it carry a metabolic waste also such like carbon dioxide to the lungs. The heart is divided into four chambers. So now we will move to the next slide and we will discuss about a structure. Human heart structure is very complicated, but now I am going to simplify for you. Just concentrate here. Human heart is divided into four chambers, and these are right atria, this part, right ventricle, this part, left atria, and this is left ventricle. So this is right side. So it is right atria and right ventricle, and this is left side. So these are left atria and left ventricles. Now we will see the functions of right atria, right ventricle, left atria and left ventricle. Right atria. Right atrium receive oxygen poor blood from the body. Oxygen poor blood. Right ventricle. Right ventricle pumps oxygen poor blood to the lungs. Left atrium. Left atrium receives oxygen rich blood from the lungs. Oxygen rich blood from the lungs. Left ventricle. Left ventricle pumps oxygen rich blood to the body from aorta. Okay. Now we will talk about pulmonary artery and pulmonary veins. This is your pulmonary artery. It carries deoxygenated blood from the right side of the lungs. Pulmonary veins, these carry oxygen-rich blood from our lungs to our heart, and these are only veins in the body to carry oxygenated blood. Some important valves are also present here. So we'll talk about these because these are very important. First is tricuspid valve. Tricuspid valve, this is tricuspid valve. It regulates blood flow from right atrium to right ventricle. Pulmonary valve, this is your pulmonary valve. It controls blood flow from right ventricles into the pulmonary arteries. Mitral valve. Mitral is this bicuspid valve. That is also called mitral valve. This is mitral valve. So let it allow oxygen-rich blood flow from left atria to left ventricle. And last is that is aortic valve. This is aortic valve. It opens the way for oxygen rich blood to pass from the left ventricle to aorta. Okay, so they valve actually they work like a door. They allow a blood flow from atrium to ventricle. So these are the main structures of heart. A part of this superior vena cava is here, inferior vena cava. So their work is to collect blood body, from the body. Okay. Now we will move to the next slide. So this is the human heart structure, detailed part. You can go through with this. I already explained in last slide. Okay, now we will move to the next slide. As I told you in first slide that alternate contraction and relaxation, it create heartbeat. This heartbeat it creates due to some electrical impulses, and these electrical impulses are generated in SA node. So what is SA node and AV node, that I am going to describe here. Listen carefully. SA node is sinoatrial node that generates electrical signals that cause the upper heart chamber atria to contract, and then signal pass into AV node. AV node is atrioventricular node. Okay, it cause contract to ventricle. It cause contraction in ventricle. And SA node is considered the pacemaker of the heart. This is very important. SA node is considered the pacemaker of the heart. So after this, signal will pass in bundle of hairs, and like this signal will pass in whole heart. So then contraction and relaxation will happen in atria and ventricle. Now a very important part, how heart works. We'll go step by step. Blood first enters the right atrium. So blood first enter in right atrium through superior vena cava and inferior vena cava and pulmonary veins. After this, blood will enter in right ventricle. After atrium, blood will enter in right ventricle through tricuspid valve. This is tricuspid valve. After this, blood will go in pulmonary arteries. Pulmonary arteries with the help of pulmonary valve. These are the pulmonary valve. So first blood came here in right atrium. This is oxygen poor blood. We have to remember this is oxygen poor blood. Oxygen is very less in this blood. Then it will enter in ventricle, right ventricle. After right ventricle, this blood will go in pulmonary artery, okay, through pulmonary valve. After this from pulmonary artery, blood will go in lungs to pick up oxygen. Okay, so after picking up oxygen, blood will enter through pulmonary vein in left atrium. So now blood will come here in pulmonary atrium. Now blood is oxygen rich blood. Now good oxygen is there. Okay, so blood will enter through pulmonary veins here. Now after pulmonary vein, blood will enter in left ventricle through mitral valve, or you can say bicuspid valve. After left ventricle, blood will enter in aorta, through aorta valves. Okay, aorta valves. So this is oxygen rich blood. Now this blood will go in body. Now body will utilize blood. Then again oxygen poor blood will enter in superior Through superior vena cava and inferior vena cava, blood will enter in atrium. Then again this cycle will go. Okay, so this is all about how heart works. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe for more videos.